Hi everybody, welcome back to Bring Life Indoors. It's Moira here. Today I thought I'll give you an update as promised on propagation. What have I been doing and what I've transplanted and how it's doing, but more especially my croutons, because people have been asking for an update on the croutons. It's been 2 months. I wanted to give it enough time to know what has taken root and what will take root and what would not, and what did and what did not. So I think 2 months is good enough time. It's good enough time. So let's start with the croutons. So I had about, if I remember well, I had about 5 croutons which were sitting in water, and that's my daughter opens. It's a better wave. Say hi. There she is. But anyway,
Hi! Hi!
that's my son Jonathan. Yeah, so I had about 5 croutons which were sitting in water, and 2 of them didn't make it. Well, they were okay for, let's say, a month. They were coming along. For a month we were doing well, super well. But I mean, yeah, for a month we were doing well, and after a while, after that, they went all sad. It's like they went, the leaves started drooping. Yet the soil was okay. I was keeping the same routine I was keeping, keeping the soil moist and letting it dry in between, and yeah. But then I decided to check, and I realized it was root rot. So I chucked them all out. The 2, I threw them out. But these 2, the 2 I threw out, but 1, I still love it. I decided to clean up because this one was not so much affected. This was my first crouton, so it's got very, I don't know, it's very sentimental for me. So it also started drooping, and I took it out of the soil, and the same thing, the roots were rotting away. So I cleaned up what was rotten. I'll come close to the screen. So I cleaned up what was rotting, and then I decided to put it back in water. As you can see, it's been sitting in water, so it has developed new roots. So yeah. So this is my very first crouton. So I don't know, I'm very sentimental about it, But the 2 that got root rot, I threw them out. I really did. But this one, I'm willing to walk a journey with it if it's willing to walk a journey with me, right? So so this is the one that I decided to put it back in water, take it out of the soil because it was not coping. That was a month later. And these two have done absolutely well. They haven't given me issues. I've recently transplanted them into, if you remember when I did the transplant, I was using the plastic nursery pots, and not long ago I took this one out of its plastic nursery pot, and it was nice to see how the roots are developing and how it's doing well. So I'm happy with this one. I'm still keeping my finger crossed that it will actually continue to do well. So far it has been 2 months. Even this one, it hasn't given me any issues, but it's still in its nursery pot, as you can see, and it's growing well. If you look at the bottom, what's exciting is if you look at the bottom, you can see the roots. You can see these are the roots, and they look healthy. So I'm very excited. So these two croutons have held well. They transplanted well. They didn't give me any issues. They didn't give me any issues. So I'm very excited about that. So that's the update on croutons. So one can say 2 survived the soil transplant so far, and 3 didn't survive the soil transplant, and 2 was in so much bad shape that I had to throw them away with the root rot, and 1, which is my precious one, I managed to save it again, and now it's sitting in water, developing new roots, which is absolutely beautiful. So for those who are asking for Crotons updates, there's your update after 2 months. So I'm gonna put these aside because I'm done with these. So that's your Crotons. Now I want to talk about my, as you can see, I've got quite a lot happening here. So I want to talk about what I transplanted recently. You can say a month or so ago, or maybe, yeah, a month or so ago I transplanted them. They were also sitting in water. One of them is my dam cane. I'm just gonna bring the camera a bit close because I feel like it's a bit far. That's why I keep on coming this side. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's close enough. Yeah, that's perfect. Without breaking my plants, I'm just gonna do this. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly talk about what I transplanted in soil. You can say a month or so ago. Now, one of them was my dam cane. I'm very excited with it. It has taken root so well. I've even, at first I had it in a small nursery plastic pot when I did the transplant, and recently I just decided to move it into this lovely terracotta pot, and it was nice to see the roots. They've developed so well. They look healthy, nice and white. They look so good. But you can see it's doing very well. I'm getting new growth. You know, it's doing absolutely well. So I'm excited about that. So that's my dam cane. I just need to put it aside. Then I've got my imperial, I think this is philodendron imperial green. Now, this plant didn't do well for me until I was left with this leaf. Then I put it in water and it developed beautiful roots, and I decided recently to put it in soil. It's also still doing well. I mean, I haven't gotten any new growth yet, but the fact that it's still green, it's still happy, it's doing well, that for me, it's a plus, right? That's imperial green, is doing well. And the other one I transplanted is this arrowhead plant. Is doing absolutely well. It's sitting in my bedroom. If you watched my bedroom tour, plant tour last week, you will notice this one. It's one of my propagations. It's now in soil and it has taken root beautifully and it's happy, it's doing well. Actually need to give some of them water. And that's your arrowhead. And then you all know about my, what's this? My anthurium. Look how it looks when it needs water. It's all droopy. I need to give it water. So that's what I do. I mean, it has developed roots. It's fine. It has taken root. This one has been in soil for the longest of time. It's doing very well. So I let it dry out in between waterings. I don't stress it at all. And you'll see once I water it, it packs back up. You know. So it's also doing very well. No issues. And then my philodendron heart-shaped leaf is also doing very well. I'm getting new growth, you know, it's taking root beautifully. Then I've got my Brazil, my Brazil, I think this is philodendron Brazil. It's also doing well. I've got quite a few of them. They've taken root so beautifully, as you can see. If you look inside there, I'm getting new babies at the bottom there. I don't know how to show you. I'm gonna try and show you. So if you look inside, there, Don't know how to show you. Okay, this one is easier. There, can you see that? So I'm getting new growth in there. Look at that. I don't know if you can see. So it's exciting. That's a sign that they're doing well and they've taken root. You know, they're growing very well. They've taken root. And this is my philodendron haspetum silva. Is also doing very well. I need to probably water it, but it's doing very well. It has taken root. And this is my other arrowhead, which I got from Charlotte, and it's also doing very well. It has taken root. And my other pothos is doing very well. It has taken root. And same with these ones. These ones have grown so much. Look at that. Look at that. They've grown so much, and they're continuing to give me new growth. So yeah, so far I must be honest, it's going well with everything I've planted so far in soil. I haven't had any issues. Here's another one which is sitting in my bedroom, which I was telling you about. I mean, this one. Oh, look at that. I'm so excited. Look at that. I mean, this is beautiful. This is all propagation. I mean, it was just cuttings when I started off. I mean, look at that growth that's coming at the bottom. So it's very nice. That's doing well also. I'm just gonna put it away. And we've done this one. And I got this string of hearts from Charlotte, and so far so good. As you can see for yourself, I haven't had any issues. It's doing well. It's giving me new growth. I don't know if you can tell or you can see. Can you see that? I'm getting new growth. So yeah, it's very exciting. There's nothing exciting like starting a plant from a cutting and see it grow and develop into a mature little plant. You know, it's very rewarding. And another one, a cutting I got from Charlotte a while ago. It's also doing very well. This is a Califia. Is doing very well. I'm getting a new shoot, a new leaf. It's very happy, never complained at all. So yeah, so what else? Then I've got these. If you remember, well, I did one. We planted this together. This is Zizi. It's also doing very well. It's happy. Yeah. And then we've got my peace lilies, which my kids suggested I plant them in salt and pepper pots. I must be honest, they're doing very well. Now, what I love about peace lily is it tells you when it needs water. So the fact that I can't stick my hand in here, my finger in here to feel if the soil is dry, I'm glad I put something like a peace lily in here because it will tell me when it needs water. So far, it's doing very well. It's doing absolutely, all of them are doing well, you know, and I'm happy with that. They each have a gray and white pot in their bedroom, so that heavy, it's theirs, you know. I gave them to say, you know what, you can have them. So they love them. They each got a white pot and a gray pot. They love it. And the other one I decided to transplant into soil was this peace lily, which is sitting in my cup. Well, I planted it in a nursery pot, as you can see. It is doing well. You can see the roots at the bottom are nice and healthy. It is doing well. It has taken root, you know. So I'm very excited about that. So yeah, so far that's everything I've transplanted in soil not so long ago. You can say some of them is 2 months ago, some of them is a month ago, and some of them is a little bit longer, like these Brazilian philodendrons. These Brazilian philodendrons is like few months ago, you know. So they're doing very well. Then I've got this. You have to see this one. I need to come closer. right? This one is my philodendron ganadu, right? It was not doing well at all, and it got root rot, and I was able to save this baby. It was like a baby, really. And then I put it in water until it developed developed roots, and then I decided to transplant it into this little pot. And look at that, I'm getting new growth. Look at that, how cute is that? I mean, that's beautiful. So yeah, that's my philodendron ganadu. And this one is my Scandapsis silva. I confuse this. There's two kinds of these, but I think this is that Scandapsis silva. Yeah, and it's doing very well. I put it in this cute little pot, and it's taking root. It's doing very well, absolutely well. That's my cutting, one of my cuttings. So yeah, I think that's that. I'm just gonna move them aside. That's what is in soil at the moment. And all of them have taken root. All of them are doing well. Like I said, the only ones which didn't do so well was the 3 Crotons, which 2 I threw out because it didn't look like there was any hope. Even the leaves fell out on one. Then I decided, you know what, but at least the other one I was able to save it. As you can see, it's still sitting in water. Now let's talk about what is in water right now. What is in water right now? This was soil. Now I'm gonna show you what I have in water right now. So I've got my golden pothos. You all know I love propagating golden pothos. Most of my golden pothos, like you saw for yourself, this one, I've propagated them. They're easy to propagate, believe me, they're very easy to propagate. Well, I find all these very easy to propagate also, you know. So that's what I have. You can see the roots. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it already has developed roots. So yeah, that's so soon I'll be transplanting it. Well, it won't be. I'll have to wait for lockdown to be over because I don't have soil. So it can't be that soon, right? It will have to be when we are out of lockdown, when we are done with lockdown. But then that's what is in water at the moment. And also this, what are you again? Baby rubber plant. It was not doing well in soil, and I decided to take it out, cut out what was not looking great, and stick all these stems in water. So we'll see how it goes. I did that yesterday, so we'll see how it goes. And here is my, everything that's in here is my Scandapsis silva. You can see it's doing absolutely well. I must refill it. It's doing very well. It's got roots. I don't know if you can see the roots. I hope you can. You know, maybe I must come closer to the camera. But yeah, let's do this, then you can see. Okay. So there you can see the roots. Hey. So it's doing very well. It's doing absolutely well. So I just need to refill it. I need to take out the water and give it clean water. As you all know, I've got this anthurium sitting in water. I'm not planning to transplant it to soil. I'm going to keep it like this. I'm not going to take it out of the water. It's doing absolutely well. It's the most beautiful thing to look at. I enjoy looking at it. I must say, it's amazing. It's amazing to watch a plant grow and develop, and look at that. So this is not seeing soil at all. It's gonna stay in water. So all I do is I try to change my water weekly, and that's about it. And I've got this beautiful philodendron emerald red gold, and I want to have more of them, so I thought I'll propagate I cut this from the mother plant, sticked it in water. So yeah. And this Peperomia Amigo Marcelo, everyone wanted for me to let them know how it's doing. It's actually doing well. It's beginning to get roots, as you can see. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, but there they are. There they are. Slowly but surely, every stem has something, has a little bit of a root developed, which is cool. So yeah. And here's another piece. Here's my other peace lily. Even this peace lily is going to stay in water. I'm not transplanting it at all. I'm going to keep it in water. I'm not planning to plant it in soil. I'm happy with it in water, and it's doing well. It has given me so much new growth, and it's continuing to give me new growth. It's very happy. So why bother it? I mean, why transplant it, right? So that's what's in water. And the other thing in water is my Monstera deliciosa. Yeah, there it is. Look at those roots. Very excited. So yeah, it's also, all I do is weekly I change the water. And what else is in water? I did a mini video on my Instagram page. You can see I've changed what's sitting in here. But anyway, here's another little cutting of the philodendron emerald red gold. It's sitting in here, and the rest is my Monstera deliciosa. Look at those roots. Look at those roots. I mean, that is beautiful. So yeah, that's what's sitting in water at the moment. I've got just few. I don't have a lot of plants sitting in water. I've got just a few of them. So I thought I'll give you an update and show you how it's going with my propagation. And so yeah, so that's what I have for us for today. I need to water a few of them. I've got water here with me. There's it. I'm gonna start with this. I'm gonna start with this anthurium, which is very dry. So I've got a towel here. I don't know if you can see that yellow kind of a looking mat. It's a towel. I've got a towel there. So what I usually do, I just give them water. Right? Give them water. I give them water. So how's your day going? I mean, we are still in lockdown. Today it's a holiday, so I'm not gonna much bother my kids, though my daughter is sitting. She wants to get a few things done with her schoolwork. Yeah, we are still in lockdown, doing homeschooling. I must say I'm enjoying it. Doing homeschooling. So yeah, how are you doing? So you see, then I let it drip, then I let it sit in the towel until the towel has sucked up most of the water, you know. So yeah, that's what's happening with us. There we go. Just give it enough. Let it drip. You don't want to let them stay dry too long. Remember, they're still babies. The way I think of them, they're like the plants which I pay more attention to around my house is the ones I've just recently transplanted, because you need to be on top of them until you feel okay, now they've matured, now they can handle a little bit of neglect depending what kind of a plant it is. Then you can go ahead and do that. But if it's something you have recently transplanted into soil, you need to be on top of things. Don't let them dry out too long. Keep the soil moist, you know, and yeah, you know, until they take root, until the plant matures. Then you can go back to your normal routine, considering that kind of a plant. You know what I mean? You can go back. If it's a plant you usually let it go bone dry, and you can do that. Let it go bone dry. If it's a plant you usually let it dry out in between, you can do that, you know. Though I do that with all my plants, I must be honest, I let them all dry out in between, but the dryness is not the same. There's some I can get away with them getting completely bone dry for days, and there's some which I can't do that to them. It won't be good, you know. They will tell you that, hey, you left me too dry for long. And so yeah, so these, like I say, because I have recently just transplanted them, or I'm on top of it. I don't neglect them too much. Like these, I'm not gonna water them. Let me feel. No, I think I should. No, this is still okay. I recently watered them, so maybe tomorrow. So I'm only giving water to those ones which I feel like they are bone dry. They need help. It's like, help me, somebody. I am bone dry, I'm thirsty. I've gone past thirsty. That's what I'm doing. The ones which I feel are still okay, I'm gonna leave them. Maybe after 2 days or so, I'll attend to them. So yeah, and I think that's it. I'm just checking. I'm just lifting up and checking, because I know my pots. Now, if you water your plants, and then after a while you will know every pot in your house, how it feels when it's dry and how it feels when it's wet, and how it feels when it's not dry and not wet, just okay, it's just moist. You'll know how it feels, and you'll, just by picking it up, you'll know. But if you don't know, if you're not sure, please, this works. And so yeah, I think I've watered everything, and like I said, I wanted to change this water, so I'm gonna do that. The others I've recently changed them, so I'm not gonna do this. Just this one that needed changing, and this one I also recently changed it, so I'm not gonna bother it. So yeah, that's it for today. Hope you enjoy your day and have a beautiful day. It's a cold day today here, and as you can see, I'm actually wearing warm clothes. It's cold. But anyway, I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna make myself a nice cup of hot chocolate, catch a movie or two. Today I just want to relax. I don't want to look at schoolwork. I don't want to look at, I just want to relax. I just want to relax, just want to chill. Then tomorrow we can get into the whole nitty-gritty of things, like, right? It's a holiday, right? Even for me. But have yourself a beautiful day. It's been fun. Until next time. Bye.